Hi, welcome back to another edition of 5-0 Info, the show where cops talk to the community. I'm retired Sergeant Darren Birch with the Phoenix Police Department.
I'm Sergeant Derek Elmore with Silent Witness.
And Silent Witness is a nonprofit organization dedicated to solving and preventing violent crimes in your community. And when I say your community, I'm talking A through Q, Avondale to Queen Creek, and everything in between. So if you have any information about unsolved felony crime or a fugitive, please call Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS. The number straight up is 480-948-6377. You can also leave a tip online at silentwitness.org. Also completely anonymous. And if that tip leads to an arrest or indictment of a suspect in an unsolved felony crime, you could earn up to $1,000 or even more. You see, it truly pays to fight crime. But more importantly, you're keeping your community safe with Silent Witness. And now the Silent Witness Sergeant himself, Derek Elmore.
Darren, thank you very much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, buddy. And yourself?
Hey, I'm very happy because the weather cooled off this past week, so that was a good reprieve before we start hitting those hundreds.
Thank you. Yes, as a native, I just dread the summers, but, we pay for it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, we've had some really good shows. We've had Paradise Valley talking about Special Olympics.
Yep.
We've had Goodyear talking about canines, which we love.
Right.
We've had Peoria Police Advocate talking about victim
advocacy.
Exactly. Yep. And now we have representatives of
Gilbert.
Both Mesa
Right.
and Gilbert Police.
Right.
It caught me because we actually have two.
Right.
Pretty cool. So without further ado, I want to introduce Gilbert Police Officer Vickie Owen, and she has two very special guests with her. One is the Mesa Police Department's very own Jerry Quarles, and Human Trafficking Program, as well as Crime Prevention Association, Kathleen Winn. I did it, and without
That's
practice.
good.
Wow.
I'm very proud.
You usually have one guess, and wow, you taxed me by 3. We're going to start with you, Vickie. Tell us why you're here today.
Well, today I'm here to talk about BoloCop, which is a new communication program used by the police, and we're really trying to get individuals from the community to register for this program as well. A really important communication tool now for the PD, and basically what it is a communication platform used to send information to the general public, and it's the only one like it in the entire country. It's a free service for police departments to use and a free service for citizens to sign up for. But what it does is you register on the system, and it serves as a communication platform for law enforcement. They just jump on and they directly send out the information on particular cases. If you go to bolocop.org, you can see those cases, you can follow those cases, you can look at different types of cases as well. What we're really seeing lately is that we're finding a lot of missing persons are being shown on this website, in particular children as well, and also seniors we're seeing, but all types of cases. And it does not have any particular restrictions per se. It is whatever the law enforcement officer that's registered with the system wants to put out there. And we have hundreds of law enforcement, both local, statewide, and federal, that are using the system now, and we're really here to talk about how the system works and how it's really being helpful as far as the solution in crime, finding the suspects, finding the missing folks, and the critical element of involving the community in all of that.
I love how it can be tailor-made. I had a case where, as a sex crime detective, had a very unusual tattoo on one of my suspects, and I sent it to all the tattoo parlors knowing I could connect with that tattoo artist, and it worked. It has that uniqueness, doesn't it, where you can tailor-make it to the particular commercial folks that we want to get the message to.
Absolutely, and we've had several cases that have been solved through the BoloCop. One of them I know in Tempe, for Tempe PD, they had put a dog that was part of a residential burglary case, and actually that helped to solve the case.
Sweet.
Nice. A lot of property crimes that are going on, that they put that information out there. And the important part with this system is that we have the ability, the law enforcement officer has the ability to do a very focal outreach, which means that, let's say that a pizza parlor is being, hit.
Targeted.
Yeah, targeted for an armed robbery per se, and this is a trend that's going on. The law enforcement officer with just a few clicks can actually send that bolo, which is the police lingo for be on the lookout. BoloCop is the part of that, but send that bolo directly to other police or pizza parlors in, a certain zip code, into a certain area of Arizona. And actually the program is set up nationwide so that it can go national at some point. And we hope to do that at the end of 2016. But I know that Kathleen Winn, during the Super Bowl, we had a case that actually was helped through Bolo as well.
Great segue to Kathleen. Tell us about that, Kathleen.
So we had a lot of groups that came in to advocate on anti-sex trafficking, and we had a group that was going around to all the hotels with missing children, and they went to one hotel to give out numbers and information and show the missing children, and the desk clerk said that girl was here last night. And so she'd been missing for 7 months. So at least then we did not locate her, but we knew that she was still alive.
It's intelligence. It's information.
And 15 years old. And so, and classic sign, she checked in, no ID. The person didn't want to give any information, but we did notify Phoenix PD. They did go down there. They did get the identity of the person that checked her in.
Maybe some prints, all those sort of things
they're
that help
still
with
working
intel.
the case, and I think that they're still working that case, but at least it was good current intel, and BoloCop was instrumental in helping us with that case.
And there's a lot of statistics, and people love hearing statistics, because it helps illustrate the success. Jerry, you have some statistics that show how successful this program is?
Yeah, actually, the program itself, I think, is so important because within Arizona, according to the DPS's Part 1 crime from 2013, and we use 2013 because they're always a year behind putting all those stats together, we have one violent crime every 21 minutes, and we have a property crime every 2 minutes. So there's a lot of victims and a lot of suspects that are out within that community. So BoloCop is a great tool to get that information out.
Excellent.
Now, I know that since 2011, when we started putting the program out, 2013, we've had almost 2 million in distribution.
Wow.
Yes. And we've also had 816 bolos put out to date.
Nice.
That's excellent. That's involvement with the community. I love that whole community-based policing. And it can be used for other things other than just crime, because we're cops. We think crime.
Well, we think crime, but it's nice that you're making that connection with the community, and that's what we're all about here, so we love that. And
the silver alerts. We were talking a little bit before the show. Can you tell us about that, Vickie?
Yeah, sure. Well, as part of the upgrades to the website, and please make sure that you go to BoloCop.org to register yourself, but check the website out. We're soon doing an upgrade that's going to be called Silver Directory, and Silver Directory is somewhat of a extension of the silver alerts that are going out. And Silver Directory is the ability for residents to register their loved one, their senior, whether they're a medical professional or a family member, to be able to register a loved one that might have some mental incapacities. And this is helpful for police in the sense that you'll be adding some photographs as well. And I know when we were at the NAB conference at the NAB, we had talked to some programmers that do facial recognition and were very interested in being a part of this program as well. But it's a way for police officers to go in and check, because we come across folks that don't know who they are. Right. And that family information can actually help us, just like you said about the tattoo or particular things about this person that will allow law enforcement to find where they're from, because a lot of times they don't know their names and so forth. So it's an extension of that program as well. And again, that's another great thing about this is with BoloCop, there are no strict restrictions for that officer. They can jump online and put out whatever it is that they want the community to help them with.
Now, do we need to solicit more businesses out there to join in? And if so, what would you say to those businesses?
Well, for the businesses, it's really important. It's such a simple process. Again, this is a free service, a simple process to go on BoloCop.org and just register yourself as a business. You'll have a few criteria, things that'll take, 2 minutes maybe to register. The information that you give, like address and so forth, is important because once that police officer is looking to target particular businesses, then that's important information to kind of take them in that direction. So spend a couple of minutes to do that. You can also do that as a resident because we want, if there's somebody in the community that's missing or a senior that doesn't know who they are, and we want to get that information out and make sure that you all can help us solve these crimes, find these homes of these missing folks. We need you. Police need you.
Takes a community.
Yes, we do.
I noticed that when I was most successful as a young officer in dealing with the hotels and motels, because they really want our help as officers, because they get the riffraff that comes in. They know they're bad. I can't imagine a hotel manager not wanting to be part of this program.
Yeah, absolutely. And as part of our upgrades too, this is kind of funny, but the hotels and the pharmacies want this information to them in facsimile form because their facsimile form, people don't have the opportunity to look at the internet while they're at work. So giving it fax to them is another opportunity for them to have the information. We do it in facsimile form. We do it in email form. We're upgrading to do it in text message form. So we have a lot of great technology that we're really working with. Soon we're implementing video so that police officers can use video.
Surveillance videos and so forth.
Exactly. Surveillance video, really important. Right now we have 3 photographs. So you can do car, you can do any sorts of things that might be pertaining to the particular case. So these really great things and tools are important and vital for us and to get it out.
In the last 2 minutes that we have left, I should say in the 2 minutes we have left, I'm glad you mentioned facsimile because there was a couple that we just love. We all in here love these. Can you tell us about the transition from something that we know called FaxNet 1 to what it is now today?
Yeah, absolutely. A wonderful couple named Peggy and Paul Secor started a nonprofit business called FaxNet 1. Very lovely couple. They worked for 24 years and helping people solve crimes, and they were just community members that literally both of them were property managers. They decided, you know what, hey, we've got something going on in this community, let's start sending a fax out. And it became very successful in the sense that it was solving crimes. Peggy and Paul Secor spent 24 years of their life dedicated to this particular issue and getting that communication out there to the community, and they helped solve endless numbers of crimes. They retired approximately 4 years ago, and that's kind of how BoloCop.
There was a need.
Yeah, there was a need. So we knew that we kind of had to start from ground zero because the technology has changed so much. So we decided that the ACPA would go ahead and take over that program, and in partnership with Gilbert PD have been able to grow it. But those two folks really brought this whole program to light. And unfortunately, Paul Secor passed away in December. But two very lovely people.
And again, community-based policing because of great folks in our community. And thank you for Gilbert taking that baton, really.
Yeah, and thanks. What was the website again?
BoloCop.org, and Bolo is B-O-L-O. Be on the lookout. B-O-L-O cop.org.
Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. And until next time, everyone, keep each other safe. Thank you.